Brody comes under attack while Betsy is faced with a major opportunity in Coronation Street next week. Tensions also explode at Webster's Autocentre when Carl Webster gets hold of a gun, leading to a terrifying confrontation that leaves everyone fearing the worst after the weapon is fired. Meanwhile, Gary Windus continues acting suspiciously around wife Maria Connor. Hoping to distract her concerns, he plans a family getaway, but Maria cannot shake the feeling that he may be secretly involved with former partner Sarah Platt. Elsewhere, Betsy Swain receives an exciting career offer, while Nick Tilsley loses his temper with Ben Driscoll. Gun horror unfolds at Webster's Autocentre. Kevin Webster is left stunned after borrowing Tyrone Dobbs' phone to watch a clip of Ruby. While scrolling through the device, he unexpectedly discovers footage showing Carl interfering with the brakes on his car. Enraged by the discovery, Kevin immediately confronts Carl and demands answers. Tyrone and Ronnie Bailey arrive during the heated row, but Kevin is even more furious when he learns they already knew about Carl's actions. Ronnie attempts to calm the situation for Debbie Webster's sake, urging everyone to move on, but Kevin refuses to let it go. Armed with a wrench, he advances towards Carl during the explosive showdown. Carl then unveils the mysterious parcel he recently collected from Fiona Morley, revealing a gun hidden inside. Elsewhere, Debbie spends time at the Chariot Square Hotel alongside Sally Metcalf, Bernie Winter-Allahan, Glenda Shuttleworth, and Christina Boyd. As Debbie repeatedly tries contacting Ronnie, Christina secretly silences the calls while Glenda encourages everyone to ignore their phones and enjoy the evening. Back at the garage, the tension continues to spiral as Ronnie insists nobody leaves until the conflict is settled. Believing the gun is fake, Kevin grabs the weapon and points it directly at Carl. Ronnie panics and rushes to intervene, but chaos erupts when the gun suddenly goes off. The group are left horrified as they realize the weapon was real. But has someone been shot? Later, Fiona corners Carl and warns him he has just 1 week to follow her demands or face serious repercussions. Debbie overhears the conversation and desperately wants to know exactly what trouble Carl has become involved in. In the aftermath of the terrifying ordeal, Debbie struggles emotionally and begins suffering nightmares about the shooting incident. Her anxiety worsens further after a disagreement with Tracy Barlow over a flower order, with Tracy cruelly blaming Debbie's dementia for the confusion. Things become even more distressing during a baby gender reveal event at the hotel when Debbie accidentally reveals the surprise after spotting details on a balloon order. Moments later, the sound of a bursting balloon causes Debbie to panic, mistaking it for another gunshot. Maria Connor shares her concerns with Fizz Dobbs and Izzy Armstrong, revealing she is increasingly convinced that Gary Windus is secretly involved with Sarah Platt. The speculation soon spreads when Todd Grimshaw alerts Sarah that Maria is now closely watching her. Under pressure, Sarah begins to question whether she should finally come clean about what is really going on. Elsewhere, Kit Green confides in Bethany Platt that he is thinking about taking a big step in his relationship and is even considering proposing. His connection with Harry Platt also strengthens as the youngster tells him he enjoys his company, prompting Kit to reassure him that the feeling is mutual. Maria later confronts Gary and insists they need an important talk, while Gary tries to mask his anxiety by suggesting they go for a curry later. Hoping to repair tensions, he surprises the family by booking a holiday, which delights Jake Windass, Liam Connor, and Izzy. However, Maria remains suspicious, believing the trip is simply an attempt to ease his guilt over cheating. At the same time, Kit admires an engagement ring he has picked out for Sarah, unaware of the growing tension and secrets building around them. Brody Michaelis finds himself in trouble after being singled out by a group of older lads in Coronation Street. Sean Tully refuses to serve Brody, Dylan Wilson, and Betsy at the Rovers, knowing Brody is underage, so the trio decide to head down to the precinct instead. However, their trip takes a turn when a gang of older boys confronts them and demands the drinks they have just bought. Quick-thinking Brody tells Dylan and Betsy to escape, while he leads the group away in another direction. The situation escalates until help arrives unexpectedly as Debbie Webster, Sally Metcalf, Bernie Winter-Allahan, Glenda Shuttleworth, and Christina Boyd come across the scene and intervene, forcing the attackers to back off. Meanwhile, back at the Rovers, Dev Allahan and Tim Metcalf grow increasingly anxious when they cannot get hold of their wives, fearing something may have gone wrong. Nick Tilsley and Ben Driscoll initially find common ground at the start of the week as they open up about the difficulties they have faced while supporting their sons. However, the conversation leaves Nick deeply unsettled when he fully realizes the extent of Sam Blakeman's struggles behind closed doors. Overwhelmed with emotion, Nick lashes out at Ben, blaming him for not recognizing Megan Walsh's actions earlier and insisting that Sam has suffered as a result of the situation. Later, Sam makes an emotional request to his father, saying he would like to visit Roy Cropper. Meanwhile, Betsy Swain tells Lauren Bolton that she has been accepted into the prestigious London College of Fashion. Although she is excited about the opportunity, she is also conflicted, worrying about how it may affect her relationship with Dylan and admitting she has yet to tell her mother. When she eventually shares the news with her family, Carla Connor Swain is overjoyed and encourages her to take the chance. However, Lisa's reaction is much more uncertain, leaving Betsy unsure where she stands and whether she has full support for her decision. Coronation Street star Claire Sweeney has confirmed she has completed filming her final scenes on the ITV soap, bringing her time on the show to an end. The actress first became widely known for her role as Lindsay Corkill in Channel 4's Brookside, a character she played intermittently between 1991 and 2003. She has also appeared in reality programs including Strictly Come Dancing and Celebrity Big Brother. Claire joined Coronation Street in 2023 as Cassie Plummer, the daughter of Evelyn Plummer. Cassie, who is also the mother of Tyrone Dobbs, arrived in Weatherfield while struggling with drug addiction. She eventually managed to turn her life around after being motivated by her desire to rebuild relationships with Tyrone and his children. After settling into life on the cobbles, Cassie took on the role of Ken Barlow's carer, forming an unexpected bond with him. However, their relationship took a darker turn when Ken no longer required care. Determined to maintain her income, Cassie secretly tampered with his drinks, causing him to fall unwell so she could continue looking after him. Her actions were eventually discovered, and Ken exposed what she had been doing. Despite everything that has happened, the pair remain on friendly terms. Away from that storyline, Cassie is often seen clashing with Tracy Barlow, with the two regularly locking horns over various family disputes. Tensions also escalated when Tracy discovered Cassie was in a relationship with her former partner, Steve McDonald. It was announced earlier this year that Claire Sweeney would be stepping away from her role as Cassie after joining the stage production of Annie, where she will play Miss Hannigan. Her departure from Coronation Street is now imminent, as the actress has confirmed she has finished filming her final scenes on the soap. Speaking about her exit, Claire admitted she didn't fully realize how emotional it would be until her last day on set. In an interview with Ireland AM, she reflected on her career, describing it as naturally temporary, explaining that roles often come and go, much like people passing through different stages of life before moving on.